New Luvafoodie iced tea. 4 clean drinking iced tea flavors. Lemon lovers, passion fruit lovers, raspberry lovers, and blood orange lovers iced tea. Eat clean, be well, and stay well with that clean eating spice blends at Luvafoodie.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, July 29th. Happy Friday. Happy National Chicken Wing Day. As many of you know, I was out on WCCO TV this morning promoting National Chicken Wing Day, and there's many places you can go get free chicken wings. So if you're out and about tonight, try finding a free chicken wing. Anyway, I am very pleased today to have Doug Bering on from Little Diablo Salsa. Did I say it right? Diablo?
Doug? You did.
I did. Okay, cool. So welcome to the show. I've tried your salsas. You were nice enough to send them to me in advance. What I really like about the salsas is that they're clean. There's no fillers. There's no junk in it. It's real, all natural, and that's right up my alley.
That's what we love about it.
So, Doug, how long have you been doing this, and did you start this company by yourself?
So my wife and I started it. We've been at it for 10 years now. I couldn't find a good salsa in the store. Everyone that we've tried was full of chemicals, sugars, dehydrated vegetables, and a lot of junk, a lot of thickeners. Most salsa starts with tomato paste. It's watered down. Then it's thickened with xanthan gum. So I just come up with something that was all vegetables, all natural. We just started doing for friends and family. Then we got into fairs and farmers markets. And within a few years, we were launching into stores.
Nice. Did this start out as a family recipe? Did you and your wife can salsas to begin with?
Well, yeah. So our mild that we have was the very first one. That's the one I came up with. So it hasn't been in the family for generations. It's something that I just came up with, and we just kind of added to it, hotter, milder, sweeter. We've done the chipotle, but our base is our original mild.
Okay. And did you have another job when you started your company? And did you phase out of that, or did you go?
I did. I had a very good paying job. It was just by happenstance. I mean, I started doing this while I was still working on weekends, and within the first 2 years, as we started getting bigger orders from stores, it was time to either, is it going to be a hobby or is it going to be a business? And I left my job. My wife kept hers. She actually had to pick up a second one. She was waitressing at night for the first couple of years while I was able to work on the salsa business.
Do you have a co-packer that packages your salsas for you, or do you do all the packaging yourself?
We do all the manufacturing ourselves.
Okay.
We still peel the onions by hand. We do small batches. We started with a co-packer, but their minimums were crazy. They wanted, like 2-3 pallets at a time. They couldn't get it right. We lost control over it once we had a co-packer. So a year down the road, I went to UC Davis, got licensed, got approved by the FDA, started renting a kitchen by the hour, making it. We eventually outgrew that into another facility. We outgrew that. We went into our own building. We just outgrew that. Now we're in a larger facility.
Nice. So now I assume you have employees working for you?
We do. We have 6 employees, 6 full-time, 3 part-time. Plus my wife and I, we're still in there every day in the mornings, making sure production's running.
And did you have to invest in obviously jars and labels, but did you have to invest in machinery so it's automated, or are you hand pouring and then fixating the lids?
We started with a ladle and a funnel, just like Grandma used to do.
Right.
We did that for the first year. We were putting labels on by hand. Now, when we just made our last move to the new facility, we have an automated filler. It's a four-head filler. It's an automated capper. The jars go down, stop in front of the filler, gets filled, runs down the line some more, picks up a lid, goes down a little farther. Chuck comes down, tightens the lid, goes past an ink jetter, gets a date code on it, goes through the labeler, goes to the end of the line, and gets packed into boxes.
Nice. So you're automated.
Yes, we do. We can do 30 jars a minute.
Wow. Did you have that machine customized, made for your specs, or how did you go about getting a machine? I'm just curious.
So 80%. So we had to send all the jars that we use. They sized it for that. Once we got it, we had set it in place, level it, do some tweaks to make it work within our factory.
Okay. So, Doug, where do you have distribution? Can you just kind of say, like, are you across the country? Are you national?
Mostly regional right now. A lot in Michigan. We're in like Kroger's, Meijer's, Family Fairs, GW Fresh. Some in Wisconsin, some in Chicago, Ohio a little bit, Indiana a little bit, and we're just kind of slowly growing out from there.
So, do you have a sales force or a broker that helps you go and get distribution?
A little bit of both. So we do use a broker. I have a route guy that goes out and does small independents. And I go out, I'm on the road probably twice a month, looking for business as well.
And what distributors do you use?
So we have Spartan Nash, we have D&B, we have Cherry Capital, and I just did paperwork for LaPerry. So they'll be bringing us on probably in the next few weeks.
Nice. And LaPerry, I have reached out to. I have not heard. I would like to work with them myself. They just bought a distributor in Minnesota a few months ago. So I think you may have some opportunity expanding into the Twin Cities, into the Midwest region, because they bought Market Distributor and they were supplying like the Byerlys and Lunds of the world, the Cubs, the Coburns. So it's going to be to your advantage that you went with LaPerry.
Good.
Yes. So is your goal to then be like a national brand and to get into like Target and Walmart, or just stay mostly grocery?
So our long-term goal is to be on every shelf in America. But one, small steps at a time. I mean, it'd be nice to go after the Walmarts, but if they said, you're in 5,000 stores, we need 1 million pallets, obviously we couldn't produce that. So strategically, our goal is to work our way up to every shelf in America.
Exactly. Have you reached out to Hy-Vee?
Just recently, as a matter of fact, yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend.
Them.
They're very good with local companies. They have their own distribution center called Lomar. They've been fantastic for Luvafoodie. So,
Okay, great.
Yeah, they've got a very healthy number of stores, and they're continuing to grow in the Southeast region. So they're going to move into some of the Kroger country, and they're a growing account. So definitely reach out to them, send them samples. If you need some contacts after we're done offline, I'd be happy to share them with you.
Awesome, thank you.
And then online, where do you have presence? I know you do on your own website. Are you on Amazon, Walmart.com?
We do our own on our website. There's a couple third parties out there selling it on Amazon and Walmart. It's just not us doing that.
So third party, does that mean you pay for somebody else to sell for you on those websites?
That means somebody buys our product from somewhere and sells it.
Oh, and you don't know who it is?
Correct.
Oh, interesting. Are you on Fair or Mabel?
We are doing fair. We just recently started fair maybe a month or so ago.
Okay.
We have not done Mabel yet.
Okay. Have you heard of Pod Foods?
No.
Pod Foods you might want to look into. It's owned by a couple of women. They're based out in California, but they, unlike the big distributors, they don't take a lot of those fixed fees off the top where you basically lose thousands of dollars every month.
Yep.
They have regions, they have DCs in every part of the country, so it's an opportunity for you to get into other regions, but not necessarily with a large distributor.
Okay.
So check them out. You have to apply to get onto. You have to be accepted, but I would think your brand would be one that they would want to accept. Are you on Range Me?
Yes.
Okay, and are you paying to be on Range Me?
We are not doing the premium yet.
Okay, my recommendation is that you do, because that will allow you to see upcoming submissions for all the accounts that you potentially want to get into.
Okay.
You get an email and it will say, this grocery store is looking for XYZ in this time frame, and it's costly, but I feel that it's, if you're not paying to be on Range Me and you're not paying the premium, you're never going to get to submit to these accounts. So
Okay.
why even do it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's one or the other. So that's a recommendation I would recommend.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about, there's other natural salsas out there. What is your what differentiates your brand, your product line from, Mary's all natural salsas? I'm making it up. I don't even know if there's a Mary's.
Well, first and foremost, it's the taste. I've tasted just about every salsa out there, jarred and fresh, and don't want to badmouth any competition or any other salsa out there. For my taste, when I taste our salsa, it tastes like you just made it. In fact, we registered the tagline: "If you didn't know it come out of a jar, you wouldn't know it come out of a jar." We can it the way Grandma used to do, so there's no chemicals in there. It's heat pasteurized. It's all fresh vegetables. There's no paste in there. There's no thickeners. There's no added water. We just put fresh vegetables into a kettle, put it into a jar, and that's it.
Yeah, I love it. I love that it's all natural. That's so important to me. So once you open it up, what is the shelf life?
Once you open it, it lasts about 5 minutes.
Love that answer.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a couple in my refrigerator that have about this much left.
Yeah, that's worse. That's when I just start combining and
That's a good idea.
Different blend. You got 2 weeks in the fridge once you open it. 2 years before you open it.
Okay. Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, I like salsas on eggs. I like it on baked potatoes, not just chips. Chicken. I'm actually, to be honest with you, a week ago I made 4 recipes for National Chicken Wing Day, but I made a 5th one last week using one of your salsas. I did this salsa on wings, and then I made a sauce with sour cream and mayonnaise and put the salsa in it for dipping.
Oh,
And it
nice.
was really good. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't have time to make it again today to show you. Like I was going to go, oh, here's what I made for salsa day, for chicken wing day, but it was really good.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, I've cooked with salsa, with chicken and fish, and there's lots of things you can do with salsa. You can add it to soup. I don't know if you've ever done that.
I have. Yep. I use
Yep.
our chipotle as a chili starter, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Yeah, good idea. Good
Yep.
idea. Well, where do you get your fresh vegetables? Do you get them from like a food supplier?
Well, there's local farms in the area. We do our best for maybe 6 months out of the year to get as local as we can. In the winter, it's a little bit harder. We try and do most of our production in the fall. It just doesn't always work out that way. So there's a huge tomato farm, Herzl Canning, that farms the lower half of Michigan and the upper half of Ohio. They do a really good job with tomatoes. They actually process them for us now because we don't have the ability to process as many as we use. But we still peel the onions. We still do our own dicing of the peppers, and the rest wintertime, probably California. They ship in, but I would say 80% of the time we're getting pretty much in our backyard produce.
Okay. And how many flavors do you have in your total line?
We have 7 now. We have the hot, the medium, the mild. We have a roasted garlic that's phenomenal. We have onion and artichoke, which is really good. We have our chipotle, which is my favorite. Little heat, a lot of smoke flavor from roasting the peppers. And then we have our newest addition is the seared pineapple and ginger.
Yeah, the chipotle and the seared pineapple are my 2 favorites. That's what's in the refrigerator right now.
And if you can combine those, it's excellent.
Really good.
Yep.
So what are your top 2 sellers? Is it medium, or hot?
By default, it's medium. We produce more medium just because every store we're in carries the medium. Not every store carries all the flavors, but every one has the medium. The flavors, next I would say the garlic and the pineapple probably are 2 best sellers after the medium.
Okay. And not knowing, because you sent these to me, but what is the retail? What is it going to cost me? Because these are heavy.
$4.99 or under, under $5 everywhere.
At retail?
Yes. Yep.
And then if I buy them online, because this is quite heavy, how much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost to arrive at my door?
It's $6.95 online, and a couple bucks to ship. For some reason, we didn't want it to cost more to ship than the jar, so we just raised the price a little bit online. And but right now, for people that are listening and for you, we have a 6-pack variety pack online, shipped anywhere in the continental United States for $39, shipping included.
That's a good value. So anyone watching or listening, because this will play and this will be on Luvafoodie's website, as a standard, how long is this promotion going to run? And do they have to mention it when they go to how do they get that deal?
Yep, so they have to put in Luvafoodie, where it's asked for a code, and $39 anywhere in the United States.
Good deal, everybody. This is a time to buy. And you're saying this is a shelf life of 2 years. So if I order it now, I'm thinking 4th quarter holiday gifts. Great value. This is still going to be great to ship anywhere. If I have it shipped to me and I want to send it to a friend in California, no worries. It's going to be shelf life another 2 years.
Absolutely. Yep.
And is that code going to be good like a month from now? If somebody decides to play the show and they want to get that deal, will the Luvafoodie code still be active?
All the way through the end of August.
All the way. Okay. So everybody, that's the deal. Now until August.
Yep.
Order. And I like that when my guests do specials for the show, because I think it really is a good encouragement for anyone who's watching to try these salsas and order them. I really have never met anyone who doesn't like salsa, and you've got such a nice variety. So in that 6-pack, do you get a flavor, one of each flavor?
You can pick out of the 7. You pick the 6 you want.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
Very nice. So, Doug, when you look ahead, where are you going to be at the end of the year, and where are you going to be 5 years from now?
So, the end of the year, we're going to be, we're doing an addition to our facility. We're just running out of room right now. In 5 years, we should be pretty close to that every shelf in America. I've got a good group of people. I would like to in 5 years to be employee owned. I'd like to have some of the employees have stock in the company. And that's what we're shooting for in about 5 years.
So would you be willing to sell your brand in 5 years if somebody came along and said, hey, you know what, we want to buy this brand? I mean, do you have an exit strategy? Because I know for me, I do.
Um,
uh,
my exit strategy is I would like to turn the business over to an employee. In 5, maybe 7 years is more realistic. And I'd like to stay on the board and, get a salary for being on the board and let the employee that's been instrumental in growing it with me, give them ownership in it, let them run it. And maybe that'll be, their legacy. Maybe we can continue that going forward.
is this a family member?
It is not. So my daughter owns a dance studio. She wants nothing to do with salsa. She loves it, but that's not her passion. Her passion is dance. And so moving forward, this will get passed on to someone who is not family.
Okay. Well, I think it's important because as you scale and as larger customers come on board, such as the big national accounts, even if it's a large grocery store or chain, um, there's going to be people that are going to come to you and say, wow, you got in here, you got in there, and potential investors. Are you open to investors, or are you self-funded and you're good to go as you are right now in the next 5 years?
Yes and yes. So, we're debt free. Everything we've done has just been slow reinvestment into the business for growth. But some growth capital. I can give up some equity for the right strategic partner. I have a lot of people that's come to me and wanted to invest and give me money and just collect the dividends. But for me to give up equity, it would have to be with a strategic partner that can help grow. Because
Absolutely.
I can get cheap money. I just, I want someone that's gonna take an active role and help build it.
Right. Have you ever considered going on Shark Tank?
In the beginning, no. Just because I've watched it long enough, and I've watched people get laughed off the stage, with there's some of their sales and their numbers. But it maybe in a couple of years when I the sales are a little more respectable, instead of getting the eye roll from Mark, I might might raise his ears a little bit, or but it's not out of the question. I just don't think I'm ready at this point for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had people mention that to me many times over the past few years, and it's a personal choice, and
Mm-hmm.
some of it has to do with where I think you want to go with the brand, or you don't want to go with the brand, or how my brand is so tied to me that it's kind of it's hard to separate Luvafoodie and Michelle Mazzara at times.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it's but I think you have a good plan. So is there anything else you want to share with our viewers, our listeners? Anything else that they need to know when they think about your salsa, your company, Doug,
Well,
Allie?
for us, our goal has always been, when you go to the store and you pick up a jar of, let's say, a Tostitos, you have no idea who's behind that. When you pick up a jar of our salsa, we want you to think of us. Our name's right on the jar. Doug
It
and
sure is.
Stacy.
Doug and Stacy, yes.
We sign every jar basically, and there's more into that than just ingredients. We put a lot more into that. To get to this point, to work with your spouse 12, 14 hours a day, then go home with your spouse. I mean, there was a lot of arguments, a lot of drama, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears literally has gone into this. And when you pick that up, you have our guarantee that it's going to be the best it can possibly be. And we want you to think of us.
I like that. I really like that. And I think that could be made into a tagline. When you think of us, when you try us, or when you taste our salsa, think of us. I don't
There
know.
you go.
Because that's memorable. You know, my tagline is eat clean, drink clean, be well, and stay well. You want to, if that's really who you are. I know you told me you're in the beginning. You got another tagline you just came up with, but I forgot what it was. But I think bringing the passion that you have for your brand and the uniqueness of that it's you and your wife, and it's, you know, shared. When they taste your product, they know you. You want them to know
Yes.
you. And that's the point of difference that you have versus like a national salsa brand.
Yes.
So incorporate that. Come up with some taglines or some slogans. Incorporate that into your advertising. Make that part of what sells your brand.
Yes.
You know, and that's my suggestion, because people will remember a story
Mm-hmm.
more sometimes than they'll remember an actual product. But they'll remember, hey, I really love that guy that had that good salsa, but he was talking about his wife or his da 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 da, or, you know, whatever. People remember stories, and that's what sells.
Yeah.
So, well, I wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you.
All my viewers out there, go to Doug's website, which is, Doug, you want to tell everybody how they can get this?
LittleDiabloSalsa.com.
Okay, and you got this special 6 spices, including shipping, for
6 jars of your choice, $39 shipped anywhere in the continental USA.
great deal. From now until the end of August, no reason not to try. I think if you go to the store and you buy probably 4 jars, you're going to be easily at that
Sure.
price.
Yep.
So take advantage of it. Like I said, everybody I know loves salsa, and it's healthy, it's clean. I recommend it. I wouldn't have had you on if I didn't like it, if I didn't believe in it. And maybe I will see you at a trade show someday, or who knows where. Maybe
Definitely. Yeah.
we'll be in the same store taking pictures, just in different aisles. I will not get into
Yes.
the salsa category, I can tell you that. But it is a good brand, and happy to have you on and share your story with everyone today. So
Thank you. I
everybody,
appreciate it. Thank you for your support.
absolutely. Thank you for tuning in today. This was an extra added Friday show that we squeezed in this week. On Monday, I have a really important show for all entrepreneurs. I'm going to have a trademark lawyer on, and she's actually my lawyer. But as entrepreneurs, when we start out, we often don't know how to apply for a trademark. What are the best ways to submit that process? And what if you want to expand? What if you want to come up with another brand like I am? How do you go about doing it? Well, Julie Finch is an expert. So join me on Monday. It's a really great show. She's going to share all her expertise with all of us. And I think it's a good, valuable show for anyone who's an entrepreneur or anyone who owns a small business. So happy weekend, everybody. Happy National Chicken Wing Day. Go check out our chicken wing recipes at luvafoodie.com, and have a happy, clean eating weekend.